How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We're going to be making some Dutch Appelflap today, or Appelflappen. I'm not quite sure exactly what it's called or how to pronounce it, but I do know it's basically like an apple fritter, right? So it doesn't take much. I got my recipe over here, and basically we got some frozen puff pastry. We got to thaw that out, preheat the oven to 430 degrees Fahrenheit, which I don't remember what it said it was Celsius. I got to dice up some apples. Got to dice up some apples. Mix it with some raisins, some sugar. I think it's like a little bit of cinnamon or something like that. And then basically we just roll it up, put it in a puff pastry, fold it over, crimp it with a fork, and then pop it in the oven for, I don't know, I think it said like 15 minutes or something. I'll check the recipe out here in a bit. So yeah, we pull the puff pastry out, let that start thawing now, and then we'll get some apples chopped. Here, see you in a second. Got some puff pastry right here. We're gonna let this thaw. We'll throw it right there. We need 4 apples. So we're gonna get some apples out of here. We're gonna rinse them off and we're gonna chop them up. Got a cutting board right there. We're gonna peel some apples and dice them up, okay? Actually, you know what? I have a peeler. Yeah, we're gonna do that. All right, so the recipe I'm using calls for 5 1/3 ounces of raisins soaked in water so they puff up a little bit. And then what we want to do is we mix the raisins with the apples, without the water, of course. So we have about 20 ounces of raisins in this container right here. I'm just going to eyeball it, dump about a quarter of them into this bowl, throw some water in there. It doesn't say how long to let it soak for, so I'll just do that. And then I guess once it puffs up a little bit, then I'll just start mixing it together. All right. A little bit more, that should be good. Now I'm gonna get this water going. All right, got my raisins soaking in some water. I don't know if you can see or not, there we go. Yeah, so I'll let these soak for a little bit, and I guess I will see you here in a few. I'll pour the water out, and then we'll mix the apples up with it. All right, while that's soaking, I'm gonna go ahead and get the brown sugar and the cinnamon in there. We're gonna need 2 tablespoons of brown sugar and a teaspoon of cinnamon. So we're gonna go ahead and do that now. We're gonna do the brown sugar first. I got a little bowl, I'm gonna put it in so I can mix that together first before I mix it with the apples and the raisins. So 4 tablespoons of brown sugar, it says. I know you guys do everything in grams and measure it out. I don't have a scale for the kitchen. I do have one somewhere. It's out in the garage. It's not anywhere. I need to dig it out and find it. But for now, we're going to use tablespoons, and that's what the recipe called for anyway. So got 3 of them in there. Got 1 more to do. 1 more right there. Out of the way. Now we gotta get a teaspoon of cinnamon. Take this thing out of there. Teaspoon of cinnamon in it goes. Now pop this back on there. All right, so I'm gonna grab a fork. It's not plastic this time, guys. It's metal. We got a metal one. All right, let's stir this together. bet this is gonna be really good. Can't wait. It says it's traditionally served with coffee. I do have coffee over there ready to go. I've been drinking on it already actually, but definitely gonna try it with some coffee for sure. So yeah, got that all stirred up. I will let me see how these raisins are doing. All right, they need to soak a little bit more, so I guess I'll see you guys here in a few. All right, so the raisins have puffed up a bit. I've drained the water. We got everything mixed up, so now we just got to combine it with the apples. So we're just going to dump it all in and mix it together. I'll dump some of this in there. Mix it up. Got the oven preheating. I got some parchment paper on the pan over there. Ooh, this instantly smells good. As soon as I mixed it together, I can smell that cinnamon. Oh, this is going to be good. I can already tell. Yeah. Dump the rest of that in there. We'll get this mixed up real good. Yeah, I've never had raisins with anything apple before that I think of. So this is going to definitely be interesting and a first for me. I've had apple fritters with just the apple. I don't know how close it'll be with this one, but definitely not with the raisins. So. There we go. Yum. All right, so that's all mixed up. Now we just got to we got to get the puff pastry out, and we got to basically just fold it over with the filling inside of it and bake it. So I'm gonna get this all cleaned up and ready to go. So I'm gonna get the puff pastry out and start filling those puff pastries. All right, so it's time to get these puff pastry sheets out. Are they still frozen? Yeah, I think they're still frozen. Maybe I get them out of the box, they'll thaw out a little bit better. So I'll leave them here on the counter for just a few. Yeah, if I separate them out. All right, well, I guess I will see you in a few. Once these start to thaw out a little bit better, then I will we'll be back, so yeah. All right, so while the puff pastries are thawing out a bit more, I'm gonna go ahead and take my egg, get it mixed up real good, and then that's to brush over the top of the pastries after we fill them so that we get that nice glazed golden brown crust, kind of like we got with the Dutch butter cake that I did. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And yeah, crack this egg open, got that in there for now, mix this up. And I'll set this aside, so like I said, we can brush that over the top when we are done. All right, we'll just set this here. And when those pastries are thawed out a little bit more, I guess I will see you then. All right, so I think my puff pastry is thawed enough, so we can start filling this up. So grab my knife. I'm gonna have to chop this down a little bit. These are a little bit too big for the apple flap, so I'm gonna cut these in fours. All right, fold those there, and I guess we just start putting our mix. All right, guys, so I finally got all these wrapped up and everything and filled. That was a pain in the butt, let me tell you what. It took forever. So, but anyways, we're done with that. Now it's time for the egg to be brushed across the top. I can't find my brush, so we're just gonna do it the old school way with our fingers. We're gonna get some egg on there so it glaze across the top, and then we're gonna sprinkle some brown sugar or regular sugar, I'm not sure which one, across the top, and then we just gotta throw it in the oven for, let me see how long. About 15 minutes. So we're gonna get some egg mixture on top of this. I wish I would have been able to find my brush, but this will work. So anyways, we'll get this egg on there, and I will see you in a few. So, got done brushing the egg mixture over the top. There we go. You can see that nicely. Nice little sheen on there. So, all that's left now is sprinkle on some brown sugar on the top, which we will get that right now. we had to use 2 pans. I didn't have enough room on the first pan there. Now that we got the butter mixture on the top, we sprinkle a little bit of brown sugar. All that's left now is pop them in the oven for 15 minutes, it said. And then, yeah, so I'm gonna do that right now. I'm gonna film in the oven and I will see you guys when this is done so we can check it out. All right, guys, so how's it going? We have some homemade, authentic Dutch Appelflappen. I don't know if, I think the EN might be plural. I'm not sure. Hopefully the wind isn't messing with the sound too much. We're outside. It's nice outside, so we got our coffee. I guess it's supposed to be traditionally served with some coffee and everything, so...
Cheers.
Yeah, cheers on that. This is Amy, by the way, if you're not familiar. She has her own channel, American Girl Reacts. Go check that out. So, yeah, fresh Dutch apple tart, or
yeah.
apple flap. I guess it's the same as like an apple fritter.
Appelflappen.
Yeah, Appelflappen. Ooh, that sounds crunchy.
It is.
That is good pastry.
Mm-hmm.
Good pastry, though. Should we just pick it up or eat it with a fork? I don't know what.
I was trying to be a...
I've never had it with... Have you ever had apples with raisins?
No.
I haven't either. It's pretty good. That was just crust, though. I haven't got any real filling, so I'm going to go for another bite here. All right, we got some filling in here. Not bad. Let me get some more filling.
This is very hard to make.
It was time consuming. I had a lot of dicing to do, and it was hard to fold the pastry stuff over and get it crimped in the pan right with the fork.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Did you boil apples?
You soak the raisins in water. You like it?
Yeah.
It was really good. Drink some with my coffee.
Yeah, it's really, really good.
Well, I guess that's about it. If there's any other recipes or anything like that that you want me to want us to try and stuff like that, some authentic recipes from, Denmark, Germany,
We would love to.
Yeah, Netherlands, Norway, whatever, different countries. I do have some rye bread in the plans. I can't get the ingredients at the store for authentic Danish rye bread, so I got to order the ingredients and stuff online. But
And it takes 5 days.
oh, and in Dutch, eet smakelijk means eat well, enjoy your meal. Yeah, and then tot ziens means bye. So, tot ziens.
Adios.
Yeah, that's Spanish. Not even Dutch. All right, you want to hit that?